And we are live. What's good, y'all? It's your man DL Saint. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So I really want to know podcast, man. How y'all doing? Happy Thursday, man. I hope your Thursday is going all right. One more day to Friday, guys. One more day. And the summer is about to begin for my little ones. So yeah, I'm excited about that too. Uh 100%. Can't wait for that. I cannot wait for that. Um, got a busy summer set up, y'all. Busy summer setup. And I'm looking forward to getting to work. We're about to get to work here in about I'll say 6 business days. We're gonna get going. We're gonna get this going, get this cracking. Getting to the success. Gotta put in the work, y'all. Got to put in the work. Yo, brother Dino's in the house, man. What is good, fam? What is good? He's laughing because I did a DL short last night about this beautiful Colombian woman. And the short is about why men are traveling, why American men in particular are going to places like Colombia. And I've been subscribed to this particular channel for a while. And I never really watched it like crazy or whatever. But I wanted to do a show because this woman is very beautiful. And uh in Colombia, she's the norm, right? So I just kind of wanted to do that. I wanted to show like she's fit, she's friendly, she's fun, smart, and you just look at this YouTube channel and she's killing the game. Now, maybe once upon a time she was in the game, the quote unquote game, like, doing her thing, meeting dudes in Colombia. We called it the game. You have women down there hoping to have relationships or whatever with Western men. Maybe she was in the game. I don't know. I've never met her in person. It's hard to tell via YouTube, but I can tell you this. I'm certain that she doesn't, if she was in the game, she's no longer in the game because she's killing it on YouTube and Patreon. She's probably making enough money to take care of her and her family. And she doesn't have to do any of that stuff that, she was doing before, if in fact she was in the game. You know what I mean? But I went back to one of her videos from a year ago. She was doing a live. She had a friend sitting there and she wanted to say hello to the people who were super chatting. And guess who was the first super chat? Not even a super chat, just regular chat. Wasn't even a super chat. Guess who the first chatter was? She had to big up. It was our man right here. Dinosaur was down there. She was like, "Oh, bro," I started laughing. I couldn't stop laughing. I couldn't stop laughing. And I was watching this while I was debating if I wanted to, do I want to do it short? It was late. Like, and yeah, as soon as I saw that, I ran right up here, fired up all the equipment, like, yo, I got to do this and put it out because I wanted to put it out to my brother D, man. So shout out to you, bro, one more time. And apparently there is a Thai version. And he says, brother DL, if you want to see the YouTube Thai version of Maya, hit me up. Yeah, bro. I want to see, why not? I haven't been to Thailand. I plan to go. I want to go to Thailand and I want to go to the Philippines. I haven't been. I need to get back to Japan. Some things I want to do in Japan. Um, and if I'm not far, I'll definitely go back to South Korea and maybe even stretch it out. If I can, get the time, I wouldn't mind spending a month and I can kind of hop around. Maybe even make it over to Australia, New Zealand, the whole nine. Since I'll be on that part, of the globe, but I haven't made any plans yet. It's gonna be a while before I do it. I doubt if I get to it this summer. Real talk. But perhaps maybe maybe next year, maybe first or second quarter of next year. We'll see how things go. But yeah, I just thought that was funny. Like the first person she shot out, I was like, yo, man. But no, go over there and check her out. She's check out that short. It's a DL short. You can't miss it. She's on the thumbnail, and it's people ask why do men go to places like Colombia, Brazil, and all the rest. Well, because of women like that. They're beautiful. Dose of Game, also another real good content creator that I featured on this platform. Real cool guy. He has dudes hitting him up, and he has a video out now, and he talks about the Passport Bros. He's like, hey, are the Passport Bros players? Because Dose is really on that player side. And yeah, that's a good one to check out. He says no. And it's like me, like you need game. The bottom line is no matter where you go, there you are. Shout out to Naughty by Nature. Tretch had that in one of his raps, one of his rhymes, like, yo, if you're here and you can't get on, you're invisible to women, you have no game, whatever. So what? You go somewhere else and you level up economically. Okay, you got more money. You might be higher because it's a place with a bunch of short people, so you might be taller or higher up the economic chain or whatever because you're making money and the dollar is strong. But if you don't know how to talk to women, you still might lose out. You know what I mean? Not might. You know what I mean, you can get finessed. You know, you're man, you're banking on coming across a woman who's just gonna be that perfect girl, right? Again, back to that Disney fairy tale. You can get wrecked in the Philippines. You could definitely get wrecked in Colombia. I'm telling you, man, these women are feminine. And if you're not used to it and you don't know nature, human nature, female nature in particular, if you don't know the game, I'm telling you, bro, you'll get wrecked. You'll get wrecked. But like last good man in Jersey was saying that yeah, last good man in Jersey was saying, well, at least they'll have fun. Well, it's fun until you get your emotions involved, get your heart broke, and you're out there stuck on stupid out of a bunch of money or whatever. It is what it is. But hey, man, I ain't knocking anybody who travels, man. These women are beautiful. They're easy to talk to. They'll love to talk to you. They're smart. They're fit. You know what I mean? Dude, I ain't mad at the passport bros. I'm not. But I will say to them, get some game. Get some game. You know what I mean? Work on your game here while you're here. Just work on your game. You know, that puts you in a position where you ain't even really trying to get on with the women like that. You just working on your game. So when you go back to the Philippines or Colombia or wherever you like to hunt, you will be that much better and get that many more women, and they will all love you if you got game. So enough of that. And brother Dino, no game, DL. Her boyfriend does her filming. Yeah, that's what I figured. When Maya left Bogota, I did wonder if she was trying to escape him. Did you read my reply on your show? I haven't. I didn't know you hit that yet. Because I just sat down. I haven't seen the reply. I don't think. If normally when it's like people I know, if it's you, I'll reply when I see it. I'll reply to it right away. But I'm gonna check that out. And I was watching her videos, and that's one of the things that I tell guys. When guys talk to me like, see, I'm like, look, bro, that's probably her boyfriend holding the camera. Like that's a lot of money down there. They can live the kind of life they want to live. Um, there's no need for her to even be in that game. And there's a lot of women in the game, especially in Colombia. They have full blown relationships, bro. They have husbands and boyfriends that encourage them to go out there and get the money. That's how bad it is down there, man. The way they look at, you know, sex and all that is a little different, not a little, a lot different than the way we look at it here in America. So that's another conversation we could have. But yeah, bro, she seems like a real cool woman. She's just out there doing her thing. And her boyfriend is more than happy to, he probably set everything up. I'm pretty sure he got the, StreamYard. He probably went and got the cameras. He's probably reinvested the money, and he's the one to set up the Patreon. I guarantee it. He's the one going through all of the chats and messages and answering them back. He's like a little a little shout off Andrew Tate. He's going through there finessing them and getting that bread, getting them dudes to send that money in. I guarantee I knew that right off rip. So and I ain't mad at them, bro. I ain't mad at them at all, bro. I'm gonna check out your response as soon as I'm done here, man. So today I read an article, man, out of Australia. It's a New York Post article, but it was a story that they got from Australia. It's about OnlyFans. And I was like, you know what? Think about this for a little bit. So I want to jump in there and get to this article, bro. Which is crazy. It's crazy. And it just got me to thinking, like, is this it? Is this the new norm? Is this where we are? Is this, not where we headed? Is this where we are? And what does that look like moving forward? I'm anticipating this to be a quick one. I will drop the link on this if anybody has any comments or whatever. I plan to drop the link on this one. But bro, this is crazy stuff, man, right here. This is crazy stuff. So let's check this out. I caught my stepdad subscribing to my OnlyFans, and it ruined my mother's marriage. This is, again, this is out of Australia. This is the New York Post, but this originates out of Australia. There's a video to this. We might even go and look at this. this TikTok post. When we read this article, we might go back and read this and look at this TikTok post. Bro, I'm telling you, it's crazy. It's crazy. So, an Australian OnlyFans model has revealed her awkward discovery that her stepfather was her number one customer. The New South Wales Australian-based woman who posts on TikTok under the handle Taiwan La shared in a video on Tuesday that she ruined her mom's marriage after finding out he spent almost 2,000 Australian on her content and had requests custom made videos, right? So she's talking about her stepdad. I ruined my mom's marriage. I never planned telling the story on TikTok, but here we are. She began in the clip. I mean, just right off rip, it just seems to me that these young kids don't care. They just don't care. All right. You're on OnlyFans. All right, whatever. You decide to do that, you're getting your money. I ain't mad at you. But this comes out and you find out that your stepdad is your number one customer, sending you all this money. And we're going to get into what exactly transpired between her and him. And okay, you got to tell your mom, okay, I get that, but you got to tell the whole world on top of it all. You got to go on TikTok. Why? That's the part I don't, why? Like, I don't understand that. Um, so when I first started my website, I had this customer who was my number one customer, bought every single thing that I sent him. He was pretty much a follower since the beginning. All right. And again, we're gonna go back, we're gonna watch this TikTok. As soon as we finish this article, we're gonna watch the TikTok. And that's the one right there. I mean, when you look at her, she's from Australia. I mean, you look at this picture, bro, like pretty average. I mean, real talk, like pretty average. I and they say that about TikTok, man. Like the women with the girl next door looks and stuff like that are the ones who tend to do the best, but pretty average. Just looking at her face, I mean, maybe she has a crazy body. I don't know. We would talk every day. He made custom requests, very specific things. He also had a very specific username on the website. All right. Within 2 months, the user, who also had an account on TikTok with the same handle, has spent $2,000. That's Australian money, which is real close to America. I think the Australian dollar and the US dollar are real close right now. Uh, the social media platform informed her that they were also in her phone contacts. I went absolutely mental trying to figure out who this person was from my contacts, she explained. So her number one fan is someone that she knew that's in her phone. And now she has something, she has like this big mystery, man. It's like women love drama, right? They love drama. So it's like, ooh, I got to figure out who this is. Who is this person giving me all this money? So it's not just about the money, but it's like, I need to know who this person is. They got this really unique handle. So now they're gonna go do their Nancy Drew stuff and they're gonna go out here and figure out this mystery, right? And yeah, I'm old. Yeah, I said Nancy Drew. I was about to say Encyclopedia Brown. But it goes on. I narrowed it down to 6 people. One of them was my stepdad. I went with my gut feeling and I messaged the website account and I said, I know who this is. Within 2 minutes, I got a text from my stepdad saying, hey, Tay, can we talk? The woman said her stepfather had been part of her life since she was 11 years old. Right. So he came in. He was the guy that stepped up. You know what I mean? He came in, married the mom. She had a baby. She's 11 years old. He's right there. He's the stepdad. And she's saying he's been a part of my life since I was 11. Yeah, this is it starts to get crazy quick. You know what I mean? When I caught him, he denied it to all his friends, and obviously my mom got rid of him straight away, she said. But yeah, if you want to talk to my family about trauma, my stepdad watched me have relations with my partner for 2 months. So this dude was he was paying her a lot of money and he was asking for specific things. So this dude, her stepdad, was paying her bread. This woman right here, he's paying her to have grown up relations with her boyfriend to film it. So if you're doing that, right? If you're having grown up relations for money, isn't that adult content? I mean, she's filming this stuff and she's sending it to this guy. He's buying it. He's unlocking it. Because the way I understand OnlyFans is you make a request with the person. You tell them, I want you to do whatever it is. I want you to put on a banana suit and walk around with and put chocolate all over your face or whatever. And then they say, okay, I did it, and then they lock it for a certain amount of money they paid and they can see it. Now, I don't know if they can record it. I don't know if they get to keep it. I don't know how that works. I've never been on OnlyFans. I don't know how OnlyFans work just from, watching YouTube channels and seeing how people, women to tell you how it works. They tell you about it. There was a story I watched about a guy who was stalking this OnlyFans woman. And, on that show, she was talking about, locking things and people were unlocking and she would get money. In fact, she was walking around her house talking to people, what do you guys want me to do? Da 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 da. And then one of the guys was like, hey, who was that guy in the background? It was a dude at her kitchen window that one of the guys, one of her patrons saw on OnlyFans. Like, who was that guy at the back window? And that guy had actually broke into her house. She was able to escape. She got away. She didn't get hurt, but she had to move. And then she told her family what she was doing. And they, it put a rift between her family because she was doing OnlyFans. So, and I want to say this particular woman she was saying that she would do nudes and whatever. And yeah, the guy figured out where she lived by the video. So if you guys are out there, be careful how you doing your videos and what's in the background and stuff like that. Um, just be careful. I know if you know a city well enough, like people I know who live in Brickell, I can figure out what buildings they're in just by looking, just by the background, the scenery. If they're on their balcony, I can look around like, oh, they're in Brickell. I know what building they're in. But I'm no crazy person that's going to stalk you. But I'm just saying, if I could figure it out, other people can figure it out. But this woman confronts her stepfather and all of their friends and her family. So she wasn't discreet about it. She didn't go up to dude. I know what you're doing. Stop. I'm worried about what this means to my mom, or go to her mom, say, hey, this is what's going on. This is what he's doing. This is what he's paying for. He's paid to see me and my boyfriend do these things. And then, the three of them could work it out. Nah, she goes to the entire family, includes the friends. Then she goes on TikTok. What's up with that, yo? Of course her mom is going to lead this dude. Of course. Like, what he's doing is creepy, but that's the business. Like, she's in the business. She's in the sex business. And man, I don't know about all that, bro. But anyway, let's continue. The woman told the Daily Telegraph that her stepfather had left the family home and was no longer in contact with them, and she blocked him from my pages on all platforms. Well, you can just start up another one, get another email. I need another email address, whatever. You probably just start up another one if you wanted to. That's nothing. I have not heard from him since the day I called him out. She told the publication, we wouldn't have come into the house. He wouldn't even come into the house to collect his belongings while I was there. Again, she's smiling. She's loving the attention, it seems to me, man, telling this story. She urged other people who create content on the adult content site to be comfortable that it is highly likely someone from your school, gym, workplace, or family is watching your every move. Duh. More than 1,000 people took to the comments of the woman's video, writing that they not expected her story to take the twist it did. So, bro, it's one of those things, man. A lot of clout. We're gonna watch this video, y'all. Let's watch this video and see how excited she is to tell the story. She completely ruined her mom. And here's the thing. Yeah, you want to tell your mother about this dude. You absolutely do. But here's the thing. Just tell your mom. Why you got to tell everybody else? Just tell your mom. I'm trying to find the TikTok. Here it is. So just tell your mom so y'all can handle that as a family. This is crushing. This is horrible. This is horrific. Why you got to tell the whole world? Think of this. I mean, you putting your mama's going through this. This is bad enough, but you're gonna make her go through this in front of your entire family, all of your friends, all of Australia, DL Saint over here in America. You know what I mean? Like, I don't get it, bro. I don't, man. I just don't get it, man. I just, y'all got to help me out with this one. Y'all got to help me out, brother Dino. The boyfriend is freeing role, don't speak English, and his camera work is poor even now. Yeah, bro, but they getting that paper, bro. And that's going back to Sister Maya. They getting that paper. I ain't gonna lie, I like her. I like her attitude. Those are the type of women that I would bump into when I'm in Colombia. I mean, of course, I meet across the spectrum, but when I run across women like that, those are the women that I sit down, talk to, and actually holler at. Like, what's good? You know what I mean? Especially they speak English, they can help me with my Spanish. Those are the women that will take you to like the little nooks and crannies and these great little gems in whatever city you in. And like they know all of Colombia is their country, so they take you out to the countryside. And, you get with the locals. Man, it's cool, man. It's cool. I ain't gonna lie to you. First couple times I was outside of Medellin, I got nervous. No weapons. They take me in places. It's like I know to stay away from the jungle. It's like, man, we're getting awfully close to the jungle. Like, oh man, I done messed up. They gonna kidnap me. I'm gonna have to get ransom. But no, it turned out it turned out good. It turned out pretty good. So this is the youth mentality on this short DL. I'm gonna look at that in a second, bro. Thanks for putting that up there. We got brother Nightish in the house. What's good, fam? Like the dude in Players Club to follow Diamond home. Salute to DL saying I really want to know podcast. Yeah, facts, bro. Facts. Ghost of Joe Jackson, what's good, fam? Good to see you. Fresh Prince CEO is black. When he touched himself, it's considered black on black crime. See, you got jokes, bro. You got jokes. You got jokes. I appreciate you coming over here, man. I'm telling fresh on you, man, just so you know. I'm telling fresh on you. You got jokes. And yeah, definitely shout out to the chat room. Will Smith, what's good? Fresh Prince CEO is so black. He's so black that when he touched himself, it's considered black on black crime. And y'all dropping the same joke. Yo, man, I'm here to tell you, bro. That's my man. That's fresh. You know what I mean? That's my man, 100 grand. He know he dark, but you know what? I've been out with that guy, bro. That guy be pulling him, bro. They be coming to him. They be coming to him. As you know what I mean? Like Biggie said, black and ugly as ever, however. Stay Coochie down to the socks. Like that dude know how to pull, bro. So it is what it is. We need to see y'all real pictures so we can fire back. Y'all gonna try to roast somebody, man. Y'all got to put yourself out there to be roasted as well. So leave my man Fresh alone. And I hope y'all go down to the event, man. For real, if y'all show up at some live ones, the next one's January 2nd. Valuetainment and Fresh and Fit platforms are coming together to do a live event in Fort Lauderdale. I hope y'all can make it down there, bro. It's definitely worth the trip. Yeah, the event itself is in Fort Lauderdale, but Brickell ain't nothing but 40 minutes away, so it is what it is. You know what I mean? I'm gonna definitely be down there networking, doing what needs to be done. It's like the perfect opportunity for me. You know what I'm saying? Two of my favorite platforms coming together. It's gonna be fire. And who knows who else is going to be there, bro? That's gonna be a who's who of the YouTube world, who's who of the manosphere. It's gonna be some political folks there as well. It's gonna be a lot of wealthy people in the house, bro. A lot of millionaires, multimillionaires, a lot of business guys. So yo, if y'all ain't got nothing going on, bro, you want an opportunity to network and level up. There it is, January 2nd. And Fort Lauderdale, bro. Fresh and Fit Valuetainment's coming together. That's gonna be a good one. So yo, let's check out this. Let's check out this this TikTok.
My stepdad was my top subscriber on my naughty website. Now I know what you're all thinking. Oh, stepdad fantasy, could have made content from it, blah, blah, blah. This man had been in my life since I was 11 years old and spent $2,000 on content every single video that I sent out. When I caught him, he denied it to all of his friends. And obviously my mum got rid of him straight away. But yeah, if you want to.
My bad, y'all. Let me get a better version of it. It is. It's gonna take me to the site. I'm gonna pull it up. Let me pull this up. so we can watch it proper. Like, we're gonna share the screen. My bad, guy. I'm just, I'm still trying to get better at this. So here it is. Let's check out this video.
My stepdad was my top subscriber on my naughty website. Now, I know what you're all thinking. Oh, stepdad fantasy, could have made content from it, blah, blah, blah. This man had been in my life since I was 11 years old and spent $2,000 on custom content every single video that I sent out. When I caught him, he denied it to all of his friends, and obviously my mum got rid of him straight away. But yeah, if you want to talk about family trauma, my stepdad watched me have sex with my partner for 2 months.
Man, that's horrible, bro. She was smiling the whole time. She's just kind of smiling, and she's enjoying this. Yeah, this is what I was doing, and that's horrible, bro. That's horrible. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. That's horrible. I'm copying the article, man. I'm gonna drop the article in the chat if you guys want to check it out. Why is she so excited? All this trauma. My family is wrecked. My mom is wrecked. She's smiling. What's I don't understand that. I just don't understand that, man. I just don't. Brother Dino, you're right, man. She is damn cold, DL. She is just happy to have one over on her mom. Sad. For real. For real. It really is sad. It's, mm, So, I mean, and then it brings me to the thing, like, so what's the deal with, with the site? Like OF, like the thing with that, she's admittedly making adult content, spicy content for money. Yeah, she was paying this guy who's her stepfather and her biggest fan, but she was paying other dudes too. I mean, again, does it not make you an adult content star? I don't get it. I mean, is that's how it is? I mean, she's with some dude. I doubt if she's married. She said partner. She didn't say husband. So she's doing this. She's got someone who's with her. Is this the new norm? I don't. It's a head scratcher, y'all. For real. I don't know. Like, I don't know how relationships are going to work moving forward. I just don't know. Like I said, like, plausible deniability only works if you have no proof. So you have all these young women going out here and they're doing OF and they're doing all this other kind of stuff. All right, cool. But does that mean that you have to accept that as a man? Is that what that today you got to accept that? All right, she's doing OF. I mean, I love her. I guess it's okay. I mean, she's only doing the content with me. Yeah, but she did the content with her exes. She had 3 or 4 exes. Did she do content with all them? It's out there. It's out there. I mean, I guess it's okay. It doesn't matter. I guess. I don't, you know what I mean? Like, dude, how does this work? How does this work? And brother, I know she's destroying life, but doesn't realize the stepdad could come back for her. RIP, she's stupid. Yeah, he could. He really could. Or he could just be, like I said, he could just change up his email account or whatever, make another account and still go in there and still pay the money, still getting what he wants. And she's still going to be making the content and sending it. Be none the wiser. It doesn't change anything. What did she do? She put her mom on Front Street. She destroyed that. Her mom is just, I mean, her mother has to be like my age, man. She ain't never gonna trust another guy. I mean, it's man, that's crazy, bro. I don't get it, man. I don't get it, man. So yeah, and so I was looking at that, right? And I'm trying to figure it out, like, what's going on in the mind of young people out here. Like, I'm curious what's going on in the minds of young men. I guess you gotta be cool with that. I mean, I don't know which one I would be with. I guess I'd rather deal with a stripper if she doesn't have any content online versus the OF person, because that content's out there. And then people look, they'll say, well, you don't know what kind of content that they're posting. I mean, does it matter? I mean, I don't, yeah, man, I guess. I mean, it's just one of those things, bro. Like, these are things we never had to worry about, bro. Never. We never had to worry about it. Like, if I'm out there, I meet some woman and, she was freaky tales like that. And if one of my dudes was like, oh, yeah, man, I used to smash her. All right, cool. I'm just going to smash her. And then, we'll mess around for a little bit and I'll move on. It's over. But now, I mean, how do you meet someone like, all right, this is the perfect woman, and then you find out she has an OnlyFans? Like, is she obligated to tell you? No. Is she gonna volunteer that information? Probably not. So you're gonna find out. She's gonna be sitting there, fingers crossed, hoping no one will ever tell. Like, you'll be none the wiser. So you get into a relationship, couple 2 years, better. She did well. No one knew anything. You get engaged year 3, going into year 4. You done set the date for the marriage, and then boom, you run into somebody who's like, yo, look at this. Or worse, you get married and someone walks up, yo, look at this. I mean, does that change anything? I mean, now you have to believe her. Well, I'll never do anything like that again. Well, why didn't you tell me this before? Well, you wouldn't have married me. Okay, so there's a trust issue right off rip. There's a trust issue. Why don't you give me a chance to choose? Right? So you got that issue right off rip. Bro, this is hard for young guys out here today to maneuver. And all these women are going after the top tier men. You know, these top tier guys, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. And yeah, bro, man, I just don't know, brother Dino. Stepdad is out the house and mom is destroyed. Stupid rules that house now. I wonder if mom knew about the OF. She must have. She must have known about it. Maybe it was mom that told the stepdad about the OnlyFans. I mean, they must have known. She's telling, I'm doing this. This is how I'm making my money. You know what I mean? Like, again, shout out to Myron, man. Fast money comes with slow problems. And these are the problems that people are starting to deal with now. OnlyFans girls, and all these young women are out here at least trying it. I know so many women. It's like, yeah, I tried OnlyFans. A lot of college girls like, well, I just thought maybe I can get this bread because they know someone who's making, 10, 20, 30, $40,000 a month. Well, maybe I could do that too. They try it. It doesn't work. I mean, because most people are lazy. And same thing with dudes, fast money for dudes out there in the street hustle, man, selling product. They get out there, they try it, they lazy. You know, it's just it's an easy way. It's the cheat code trying to get the bread, bro. And it's devastating, man. And I would argue there's more women out there trying OF than there are dudes out there trying to hustle on the streets, trying to sell product. Brother Chris Smokey Hats in the house. What's good, fam? Good evening to you, bro. I'm glad you're here, man. I'm glad you're here. So I was watching Saucecast. There is an episode. Adam had some women on there. This is Valuetainment. Adam had some women on there. One's only, I think, one or two of them are OnlyFans women, and then the third is like a Twitch streamer. They're making money off the whole thirst trap thing, and they were having this discussion about a father's role is to keep the daughter off the pole. Like, that's the only job a father has. And they were also talking about basically the male role in the household when it comes to family and child rearing. And yeah, y'all gonna hear some noise in the background. That's my daughter downstairs making something. I think she's making quesadillas, which she never offers to make me any. Yeah, she down there listening. She never ever make her cook one day. But she's doing quesadillas. I'm gonna teach you how to make French toast here pretty soon. So let's get on to this. I wanted to bring up this Saucecast thing, man. And they have a pretty good conversation. They talk about the male role in raising kids. and in particular women and boys. So let's check this out. Again, this is Value Tame. This is Saucecast, Adam Sauce Show on Value Tame. Please go over, check out, and subscribe. I'm going to be putting this. I'm going to be putting a description in a link so you guys can find it easier. But let's check this out, man. It's about 6 minutes or so I wanted to watch, where Adam was kind of, asking pretty good questions. He was asking some really good probing questions to these young ladies, and listening to their response when it comes to sex work, when it comes to OF, when it comes to dancing, on the pole and stuff like that, or wherever else, that people are doing these days. And it kind of shows you just how lost our society is right now. And pay close attention to their body language when these women are answering, because in my mind, even though people know the difference between right and wrong in this country, they're choosing to do wrong for whatever reason. A lot of them say it's for money, but again, all money ain't good money. And if you decide to do that, you got to live with the consequences, man. It is what it is. Brother Chris Smokey had OF has documented evidence to be used to reject women who have the audacity to want a traditional man after taking off her clothes for all to see. Sorry, sis, you played yourself. Facts. Facts. You know what I mean? We got Scam Likely in the house, Brother Dusto's in the house. Peace, man. So let's check this out, man. Here we go. This is Valuetainment.
Yeah. Okay. So you've seen the stats of basically children from a single mother household end up not doing well in school, end up more on drugs, depression, jail, the whole thing. Whereas versus a dual parent household, typical nuclear family, the results are so much better.
What about
the
a male
anomaly in
household?
that, the anomaly, hold on. The anomaly in that is children raised by just a father turn out to be just as well as raised as in a traditional nuclear family. Are these the kind of stats that you're referencing?
100%.
Go deeper on these stats. What's your biggest takeaway?
So my biggest takeaway from that is that the man is a critical piece to the development of any child, whether it's a boy or girl.
Okay.
So whenever you remove that, it comes to your mind. It just make you think, like, is there an agenda behind this? Because we got all these societal norms, you got this pressure, you got consumerism that's causing women to want to be, city girl lifestyle, hot girl summer. What does that do to the nuclear family? What does that do to the kids? And then whenever we get into the dating market and you can't find a suitable mate, a lot of these men are coming from single mother households and they're not privy to.
Well, let me ask the girls a question, because I think this would be a good thing to know. Would each of you describe your relationship with your father? What's your relationship with?
Ooh, that was a deep question. Before we get into it, I've heard these discussions. I've heard and seen these stats. When you bring these stats up, a lot of women get very defensive. Like, there you go, you're picking on women, da da da. Yeah, I mean, I'm not picking on women, but I get where they're coming from. But people look at the numbers, they look at the stats, and they're like, well, if you look at the single family household headed by a woman, you compare that to the single household headed by men, this is what you see, right? But when you look at the nuclear family, mom and dad in the same house, and those kids, they're way better. It's way better. So generally speaking, discipline comes from men. The discipline and no nonsense, do this, do it now, get it done. Logic, generally speaking, comes from men. The emotional, the soft side, comes from women. And you want that yin and yang. You want them both. You need them both. I mean, there's things that I can tell my son that his mom can't. There's things I could teach my son that his mom can't. And likewise, there are things that my daughter's mom can teach her that I can't teach her. So you need both. And, when people talk about, well, co-parenting and all that, I mean, co-parenting, okay. I mean, yeah, you need both kids. I mean, both parents involved, but co-parent is not optimal, man. Like, the nuclear family, I think, is the best way. This is coming from a guy who did not have that. I did not have the nuclear family. It was a co-parenting situation. You go back and forth. Kids get the opportunity to play, both parents against each other. Kids are smart. They figure this stuff out quick. My parents had no idea where I was. When I hit my teenage years, mom would think I'm with dad. Dad would think I'm with mom. Meanwhile, I'm gone off doing whatever I'm doing. And they didn't talk. So there was no way for them to figure it out. They did not talk at all. It was zero communication. So I had the perfect excuse to go do whatever I wanted to do. I'd be gone for a week. I could be gone for weeks. And neither one would know where I was. There was a time, I think it was my senior year in high school, man. We drove down to South Carolina. Left on a Friday, barely got back on Monday. We got back late Sunday night. We drove all the way down to South Carolina. Barely had enough money to get back. Just on a whim. Like, let's go. Was taking my cousin down so he could be deployed over to Germany. We had to take him down to the port so he can get on aircraft and fly over to Germany. So my parents didn't know about that. My parents didn't know about that at all because I was playing them against each other. So yeah, and when you got mom and dad in the house, or they're communicating, but it's best to have them in the house. It's really hard to play them against each other because they're in the house. They're gonna come home. Did you do this? Did you do that? Mom and dad gonna talk. Boom, got you. It don't mean kids don't try it, but it's just hard for kids to get away with stuff. It's a lot easier to get away with stuff when it's a split household. Plus, you have no control over the other house. It's so many factors in there, but and then there is the morals. There are morals. If you out here doing OnlyFans or whatever, man, yeah, there's no morals there. Like, what? All this for money? Just for money? And let's face it, most of the women who do OF, they're not making 10, 20, 30, 40, $50,000 a month. They're not. They're doing all this stuff, man. They're showing themselves off, man. They're doing all that, and they're not even making any real money, y'all. I'm just gonna keep it 100. They're probably making less than your average YouTuber. And they're giving you everything. They showing you everything. And they're probably making less especially when you go in, it's like, well, she had to go out and buy the lingerie or go buy the toys or whatever. When you take away the expenses, bro, I mean, the profit margin, are there some women out there killing it? Yes, there is. There's women out there absolutely killing it. Nina the Pineapple, doing really well, killing it. Bianca, killing it. Bianca's a registered nurse. She left that field to pursue this modeling thing or whatever. I don't know if she's on OnlyFans. Again, I've never been on there. I don't know. But I know she's all over the internet, being an internet model. She's, a fitness instructor, and she's all about fitness. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, go back and watch some of the older Fresh and Fits. I met her in real life once, man. That little shorty fine as I don't know what. She is beautiful in real life. So Chris Smokey Hat, discipline, standard, structure, order, routine. These are unique to the father. Not saying women are incapable of these things. It's just that men are more naturally inclined to enforce them. Yeah, I agree with you, bro. I was raised by women, man. Yeah, women can be hard. They most certainly can. They can do all that stuff too, but I would say it was easier for the men than the women. I think the women wanted to be more loving and nurturing. You need both. And Brother Dino, you must regret not having a dad now, or was it for the best? I had access to my pops, bro, but I didn't. We weren't, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I went from both homes. I didn't have it both. I went from both. I had access. So yes, I had enough exposure to my father that really helped me out. But at the same time, man, I was wilding in the streets. So it worked for me. Obviously, I'm here. You know what I mean? It worked for me. But, I just wonder, would it have been different? Who knows? That's just when you get into that whole, the grass is always greener on the other side. But at least I had my dad. I had access to my dad. I have, that those times spent together, the wisdom, the discipline, all that. I understood, because I know my father. I understood fully where my mean streak came from. I got it. I understood it. I was talking to him. He's telling me, you gotta be careful. This is how we get. And he was right. I understand where that comes from. If I didn't have him, I would be wondering, like, man, where is this coming from? Why is this? You got both sides. My mom ain't no slut, man. My mom's hardcore. You know what I mean? Oftentimes, like, people in my family, like, nah, man, your father mean, but he ain't got nothing on your mother. So I came from fire and fire, but it worked for me, man. I got here. But all we could do was wonder, how it would have turned out. But let's get back to the video. Let's check this out.
With your father?
it's complicated, but I mean, I love him. He's my dad. He will always be my dad. So no matter what, you go through hard times and you work them out.
Are your parents still together?
They're not.
They're not. And when you say it's complicated, like, how so?
There were just many factors to it that caused a lot of drama.
Papa was a Rolling Stone. Okay, we remember that stuff. Lexi, what's your relationship like with your father?
Me and my dad have been very close. This past year, we've actually gotten to our first argument.
Ever in life? What do you mean first?
Like not talking. Like I'm not talking to him. He's not talking to me.
Since
first
when?
time since forever. This is the first time.
How about when you were a teenager or in college?
No, we've always talked. We've been
when
very
you started
close.
doing OnlyFans and becoming one of the most famous twerkers in the world, what did your father say?
He supported me all the way.
Straight up?
Yeah.
Were you giving him money?
No.
So why would he support that? Like, what
I mean,
meaning? Like, I'm not questioning
he
that,
just supported. I mean, I was just shaking. I was creating a twerkout class, shaking ass. He didn't. I mean, I don't know. He didn't care. It was.
I think most fathers are
a
going to
very
care if you're
genuine,
twerking it out and shaking some ass.
No, it was a fitness dance class based around twerking. It wasn't. I mean, it's not like
But
I'm not a
OnlyFans-
porn star. You know, it's not crazy where you would think.
What do you do on
something different.
OnlyFans?
I dance. I do lingerie photos.
Okay.
I chat.
What does your
put
father
music
think
videos,
about?
I do everything.
What is your? I've never been subscribed to OnlyFans. I've been with some OnlyFans
I do a
girls.
bunch
Shout
of
out to you
stuff
girls,
on
but not. I've never been on OnlyFans, but shout out, ladies. What does your father say about that? I'll get it in real life. Believe me.
He did. You'll get it in real life. He didn't really know what it was at first, and then he's like, "Oh, cool, you're making money off like videos, whatever." Then he got a little touchy when his friends started saying things.
Hello, yes.
Yeah.
What were his friends saying?
Like, oh, she has an OnlyFans, like, you know, just trying to mock him or something.
And at that point, is that why you stopped talking?
No, we stopped talking because of family issues, not like OnlyFans.
Right. So his friends find out, oh, she has an OnlyFans because he just told them he didn't know what it was. And his friends were like, you failed. That's what it was about. You failed. And then some of them probably jumped on there like your associates jumping on there, seeing what she's doing. You know, it's, you know, she's making that bread. She's making that easy money. She's shaking her butt and she's getting paid. Okay, cool. But again, fast money, slow problems. Now she's not talking to her dad. Well, it was about some other family stuff. Okay. I'm pretty sure it was some other family stuff, but this OnlyFans things has something to do with it. The dude knows he fails. And as she gets older and her beauty begins to fade, what else is she gonna do? That money gonna be harder and harder to come by. It ain't gonna be enough just to twerk. You're gonna have to, you know, all right, then you're gonna have to take that off and twerk. Okay, now you're gonna have to take that off and twerk and use these toys. Okay, now you're gonna have to take that off and twerk and use these toys, and you're gonna have some dudes in there with you. Not just one, maybe two or three. It's as she gets older, it's going to be harder and harder to make the money. I don't know who she is. I'm looking at her like average. She's in Miami. Average. I don't know what her body looks like. You know what I mean? She's twerking, so she must have a little something. But you know, the tattoos, the cursing, like she curses more than me. Like she don't even care. It's like every other word was like F-bomb, F-bomb, F this, F that. Brother Daniel, like Lexi Pantera, she shakes well. I don't know who she is. No idea who she is. But you know, I got a twerk, you know, workout class. Okay. I mean, it's like when women were doing the whole pole dancing workout thing. Okay. I mean, that's cool. But when you're young and you're still beautiful, man, you can do all this kind of crazy stuff, bro. You know, brother Chris Smokey had this. She said her dad supports her. Yeah, she was saying her dad was cool with her doing OnlyFans. But then she said, and until, you know, he didn't know what it was, and then his friends started giving him a hard time. So once he figured out what it was, I'm pretty sure he was like, nah, I ain't cool with this. And that's going to be a problem. That's going to be a problem. Brother Dino, Lexi broke out years back doing a Drake track. You need to watch it. Word? I mean, you know, it's twerking. Like, bro, I get it. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Like, and this might be, I think I was seeing a friend of mine, a Colombian friend of mine, who sent me a video of this woman twerking. I thought she was Russian. Maybe it was Shorty. Maybe it was Shorty. I don't know. But this was a couple years ago, 3 years ago. I was living in LA. So this must have been like 2018, 2019, somewhere in there. I never saw her face. I don't think it was her, though. I did see her face. I did see the face of the person I'm thinking about. I think it was a Russian girl who was doing it. I mean, her twerking skills were crazy. I don't know. Whatever. Look it up. I don't know. I probably won't. But let's continue.
And stuff.
Shouldn't he should stop talking to his friends. That's what.
Yeah,
more
I
what
thought
the
that
issue
his
is.
friends
You
shouldn't
think
really
he should
come
stop
up
talking
to
to
him.
his friends because they came up to him and said,
Yeah, if my
Oh, 'cause that
dad-
they're looking at a hot
that's
chick
weird.
twerking?
Yeah, that's a lot
they
more
shouldn't be
weird.
saying, like, he knows, so it's like, why are you coming up to me talking about this?
You
like,
know,
that's
if they
not
look
stuff
at
you're
it,
just
they
like
definitely
supposed
should
to
not be
say.
saying
It's
anything
weird.
about it.
Well, it's about your image.
I'd be like, yeah, I know. Like, why are you bringing up my daughter's fucking, thing? Like, doesn't make any sense.
well, I don't know your father. I don't know
And,
his
like,
friends.
why are you
You
kind of
are
creeping up fans?
You've got millions of
They didn't have to
subscribers.
click the subscribe button on my OnlyFans. My dad's friends. That's a little awkward. I've known them since I was like this big.
Even then, they definitely did have to talk.
And
to
it's
his
not
dad
like
about
I'm
it.
doing anything nude or anything on there, but it's still that's just
Gotcha.
a little weird.
It was enough to trigger his friends to ask your father.
Obviously, I'm a sex icon. I get it. I understand that, but that doesn't mean you go up to my dad and you're like, "Oh,
Being
I
weird
saw
about
your
it.
fucking daughter on, bitch. Why are you looking?" Like, I whip
Okay.
your ass right there.
I'd be
See what I mean about the curse words, man? See what I mean about the body language? She knows she's wrong, bro. At the end of the day, she knows she's wrong. And women who get that money that way, they know they're wrong. Dudes in the streets getting that money on the streets, selling that product, they know they're wrong. They getting that bread, they know what they're risking. Guys got to deal with the consequences. These women, they don't want to deal with these. I'm talking about this woman in particular right here. She doesn't want to deal with the consequences. That's what it boils down to. You chose to do this. You getting money, you getting bread. And on the same podcast, later on in the podcast, she's talking about how she wants a top tier man. She's like, well, I want a guy, the whole thing, he has to be tall, he has to be fit. And she was saying this guy has to make $1 million a year or more because that's what she makes. He's got to make what I make. Well, how long does she think she's going to be making $1 million a year? And Adam was being real with it. He was like, well, listen, this is how you make your money. This is where you at with your life. Why would he choose you when he has all these other choices of women who aren't twerking on Instagram in their lingerie or whatever? Why would he choose you when he can choose all these other women? Women who gonna sit back there and not drink him under the table and out curse him and all that. Women who gonna, she was like, well, yeah, maybe I'll learn how to cook or whatever. Very, very condescending. And he was being 100 with it. Like, look, I'm trying to help you out. That's what he was saying. He's like, I'm seriously. So she even knows that chances are she's not gonna get the guy she wants. She knows that. But she's going to continue doing what she's doing. And I ain't mad at her. Get your money, sis. But you got to understand, it comes at a cost. Fast money comes with slow problems. Again, shout out Myron Gaines. He says it all the time. We got Miss AKA lady in the house. What's good, sis? How you feeling, love? We sitting here talking about the OF effect on society and getting money and all this. But let's continue with the video.
remiss if I didn't give
Like,
you
you
a
looking at
follow-up
my
question,
bucket,
Lexi, on
Anyways,
a sex icon.
what about it?
What makes you a sex icon?
What makes me a sex icon?
Wait, look
All
at her. What are you talking about?
630,000 subscribers on OnlyFans. I would suggest that's part of it.
So that's part of it. What else?
How I'm just a sex icon. I don't know.
I-
People
I-
just
I'm
make me
genuinely-
out to be
I'm-
that.
Like,
It's just all sex. Guys love me because I'm visually pretty and sexual and all that shit that they say I am.
sex icon. Got it. Check the box on sex icon.
I'm an
All right, got it.
icon. It is
Okay,
what it
you
is.
and Jaden Smith.
Sure, he's hot too.
Well, that was his song.
Oh.
Melina, how do you not know that? You're in the music business.
I don't fucking know. What is that? His song? Sex icon?
No,
I don't
just
listen to
icon.
everything.
Anyway, Melina,
Mhm.
you know that song, right?
Cross.
Like, this young woman has a horrible attitude. She has a horrible attitude. Why would you want to deal with this attitude every single day? And then there are people out there, well, she wouldn't act like this every day if she loves you, this and that and that. And that's who she is, yo. That's who she is. She's making $1 million off of OnlyFans. She got guys sending her, millions of dollars a year because she's young and she's twerking and she's pretty. They don't know her. They don't care. You know, they know if they talk to her, they're not getting to know this woman. They don't care. And she wants a man that makes $1 million a year. With that attitude, maybe she'll get it. I've seen millionaires with wives that were just horrible. Just horrible. One of 34 in the house. What's good, fam? Right. And brother says good or bad, everything has consequences. Facts. But it ties into what I was talking about on the short. It ties into that, yo. It ties into like the whole question of, why are men leaving? Right? Like, why are these dudes leaving? And there are a lot of women with that attitude. Like they might not be on OF or whatever, but they have that attitude. And people are just like not wanting to deal with it. So let's go back to Sister Maya that we were talking about. Let's go back to Sister Maya. Me and Brother Dino was talking about this. And she is a YouTuber. She's in Colombia. Her boyfriend films her content. She's not taking anything off, to my knowledge. And Brother Dino can, he can square him away on that. But let's look at her. Let's look at her content and pay attention to her attitude.
To watch Vitaminas, not because you are expecting to see Maya in bikini, Nobody wants to see Maya. But I actually want to get in the water. That's why I'm taking this off because, like, Baywatch, Vitaminas. Guys, Vitaminas hates water. But don't tell him, but I'm going to get him in the water. ¿Cierto, Vitaminas?
Now, yeah, I know, guys, you're watching this like, man, she's thirst trapping. Man, she's at the beach with her bikini and her beautiful textured hair and her accent speaking English. And her boyfriend is filming this, guys. Her boyfriend is filming this content.
So you hold me this and also hold me the glasses and
That's so
also
cute.
hold me the microphone.
Hold me this. Hold me the glasses. You gotta love that accent. So she goes, she gets the dog. When she rescued this dog, he was like almost dying. It was nothing but skinny. She runs into the water. This is her content. This is her content. It's not on OnlyFans. I don't believe she has an OnlyFans. Brother Dino, does she have an OnlyFans? I don't think so. Hey, this is her content. And she's out here making goo gobs of money. Like, so let me show you some more of her content, right?
They told me we're gonna cut wood, so please bring something to cover yourself because otherwise you're gonna get sunburned. And look at what I brought. Look at what I brought. They were making fun of me, like, "Are you kidding, Maya? This is what you brought." Yes, this is what I brought. So they made me feel so bad, so I decided to take care of. Not like it's.
So this is her content. She goes back to her village or some of these smaller villages. I think this is where she lives. And she'll just, a day in the life kind of thing. She goes and she has 1 million patrons, bro. And like she said, in this video, like they're going to go out and cut wood. And she's with the guys who are sharpening their axes and all that stuff. Right. They're all just sitting there. We'll just fast forward. They're walking out to the woods. They're out there in the donkey. They got the kids out there. They're jumping over barbed wire fences. Look at that. Look at that. She's got to jump over the fence. Right? I mean, they're just out there and she is the star. She's the one making money. I bet you everybody got paid. You look, old boy out there just cutting trees down. That's what I love about Colombia, man. You don't need no license. You don't need permission. They just walked over somebody's fence to start cutting down a dead tree. But this is a young woman, in a different country who's out here doing her thing. Right. So I'm just going to skip to the end. But this is her content. She goes around and she just does this stuff. She's with the animals and whatnot. She's just talking. Every now and then she'll do an episode where she gets into her bikini or she's wearing like a sexy whatever. Look at her Patreon, bro. Look at her Patreon. These are all her patrons. Look at that. She just look at all her patrons, bro. They sending in bread. They sending in bread. She had an episode when she was with her grandma. She's wearing this skirt, looked like she was about to go out or whatever. Like, bro, she's cool. She has a great attitude. If I got $1,000,000, why would I choose that other woman? Why would I choose her? If I got $1,000,000, why would I choose the OnlyFans lady? Why would I choose her over Maya? Just based on attitude alone, they're both pretty, right? Beauty's only skin deep. And as they get older, their beauty's gonna fade. But who would you rather grow old with? This woman right here or Maya? Which one you think is gonna be there when you get sick, is gonna, make you chicken soup, or gonna go out in the, when it's cold and go get you what you need, get you some medicine, take care of you? Which one's gonna do that? And I don't know if people I don't know if people realize that. I don't know if these young women understand that. Like, it's what you're putting out. And is American society. Is it cool? Sister Miss AKA lady, is it cool for to marry a woman who was like on OnlyFans doing all kind of stuff? I mean, is that cool? Does it matter? Should it matter? I'm curious. I'm serious. I'm real curious, because I know where I stand on it. Like, I ain't dealing with it. If I find out, it's a wrap. If I find out that's what you're doing, if I find out you done smashed, dudes that I know, and it's a wrap. Brother Dino, DL, I'm sure she is only YouTuber in that part of Colombia. It's the north and desert. Probably, but I know she's been inside of Medellin. I know, and there's videos when I guess she was living in Bogota for a while. So I know she travels around. And it doesn't matter where she goes. She could just film wherever, and she's just gonna make a ton of money. I don't even know why more women in Colombia haven't figured this out yet. But it takes money to get the computer, it takes money to get the programs. That's an investment they just they probably can't make. I dropped the link if anybody wanted to come up and talk about this. I did drop the link. Miss AKA lady, I think for women are like this woman than the OF chick. I don't think the majority of women are on that OF stuff unless you're in highly concentrated cities. Then you will get more OF types. Now, I mean, I think that was the case maybe 5-10 years ago, before OF. There are more and more women who are trying it. Most women, they're just quiet about it, but they're trying it. There are a lot of women trying OF, a lot. And then you have those who are brave enough to come out and say, "Hey, I did it. This is what I'm doing." There's a young woman, a young YouTuber who was like a fitness YouTuber, and she started a OF, and she's been tracking. I need to go back and see her site and see, how she's doing. But she said she was one of the top earners in OF, according to OF, and this was, I don't know, 6-8 months ago. I did a show about it. I'll have to go back and watch that show so I can get, because I don't remember her YouTube site. But she was tracking it, and she was telling people how much she was making. It's like, the first 3 months or whatever, she was making a lot of money. She quit her job, and she's like, "I'm only going to do this OF content." There are a lot of women who are doing that. Brother, I know, Brother DL, the U.S. has gone far from throwing money at strippers to funding OF. Yeah, I mean, guys are doing it. Guys are doing it. I'm not mad at women for getting the money. I'm not, but there are a lot of women with the same type attitude and disposition as this lady on the screen right here. And it's not just in the big towns. You find it in smaller towns like Fayetteville. You know what I mean? You find it uh in Knoxville, which is not a huge town, you know what I mean? But it's not a teeny bitty town. You find it in Cincinnati. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of Detroit. There are a lot of women because the technology is just simple. You put the camera up there, boom, you on. You on, boom, here you go. So I don't know, Miss AKA lady, LOL. Why you asking me that? Do I come off like an OF chick? No, exact opposite. That's why I'm asking, because you exact opposite. I hope not. I think I think a man should marry who he is compatible with. Hmm. Yeah, and no, I don't think no, absolutely the polar opposite. That's why I'm asking. You can kind of give me uh insight from a woman who don't want anything to do with that. We know you ain't part of that world. Listen. You want to shock me if if someone showed me this is Miss AKA lady on OF, I would fall down. I wouldn't believe it. I wouldn't believe like, man, that's AI, bro. That's a deep fake. There's no way she's doing that. And we ain't even met in real life. I can just tell just from our interaction back and forth, like, there's no way she'll do that. But life is life, bro. And again, I'm not mad. I'm not mad, but there's so many young women falling into this trap. You know what I mean? It's like it was so many young dudes falling into the streets, into that trap, that fast money, getting that bread, man, going out there having that fun, getting the cars and the clothes and the women, the trips. And then, it happens. One day you get knocked. Somebody done told on you. You got caught slipping. Somebody done robbed you, or somebody done kidnapped you. Or the police done got a hold of you. You know what I mean? That's where all those roads end. And with OF, the sad part is these women get older and all this is out there, and then they can't get the guys that they want, and they won't quote unquote settle. They don't want a bus driver. Shout out to Ebony K. Williams. So they wind up getting dogs and just growing old alone. Right? 45% of women during childbearing age expected to be single and childless by 2030, 7 years away, y'all, because of this kind of stuff. You know what I mean? It's just crazy. Brother Dino, brother DL, set up a female OF account, and use Chat GPT to reply to the American dudes. That's already been done, bro. Better Bachelor was talking about that. There's AI has created an AI generated woman on OF, and it's making tons and tons of money, man. I need to read that article. I saw a thumbnail. Joker, Better Bachelor was talking about that. It's just a matter of time, before that will happen. It looks like it's already happened. So these guys are falling in love with an avatar created by artificial intelligence. Maybe it's a human behind it, or maybe it's AI interacting with these dudes, but it's making money. These guys are falling for a person that doesn't even exist. Again, that's bad for America. There's so many dudes that are invisible, so many people eating off these guys. It just, like I said, man, it just it just I don't know. I don't know. I don't know where we're headed. Um, this OF thing is here. That money is always going to be there. Some young woman is always going to be able to monetize herself, jump online or whatever, and have a bunch of dudes, a bunch of simpletons sending her tons of money. Now they got a choice how they want to do it. They could do it like Maya, or they could do it like that chick that was on Saucecast, whatever her name, Lexi, whatever her name was. I got to go back and see his brother Dino. Yeah, Lexi. They could be like Lexi, And the thing is, the biggest problem is the attitude. If Lexi had the attitude of Maya, it wouldn't matter, man, because some dude is gonna forgive her for all this. Whatever, you had to do what you had to do. You're such a wonderful woman. You're out here chopping wood with me, swimming in the river. You know what I mean? Running around playing with the chickens. I love you. But that's not what we're getting in America. I'm sure there's women like that, but I wouldn't say that that's the rank and file American woman. You got all these women out here, living their best life. They're on that boss babe thing. They're doing what they're doing. I ain't mad at them, but it only hurts them. Everyone's out here getting it, getting it in. I'm out here saying, I told some girl, like, man, what's up? I was playing with her. Like, oh, you trying to come over here and get your back blown out? She's like, nah, I'll blow out your back. Who you think you talking to? I'm like, whoa, word, word. And to her, she was like, I'm just like you. I'm like, okay, that's not a good look. That's not a good look. Come on, we can play the grown-up game. You can get it. And then it's cool. What's up with your girl? That doesn't lead to meaningful relationships. That's just my take on it. Miss AKA lady. Honestly, I think a lot of women are listening to what men are saying, especially the ones who are serious about marriage. However, those types don't be loud on the internet, so it looks like they don't exist. That's a great point. That's a great point. And I hope you are right, sis. I really do. I really hope you are right. I want to believe that. I do. I want to believe it. I was talking to a female friend of mine, like, camera shy. I've been trying to get her on. She refuses to do it, and I ain't mad at her. But she was keeping it 100. She was talking about the whole body count thing and all that. She was like, look, she's like, most women, they get what they get. They know how easy it is to wrap these dudes around their finger. They know how easy it is to get sex. So sometimes they go out and they get on because they want to get on. She was sitting there basically telling me, she's like, I'm just like you when it comes to sexuality. The only difference is I'm gonna keep it quiet, and if I gotta scratch an itch, I'm gonna go somewhere far away, scratch that itch. I'm gonna bang whoever I want to bang. But she's like, it doesn't keep me from being in love with someone when I finally meet them. And I was arguing with her back and forth. we were going at it for at least an hour and a half. I'm like, no, you're gonna fall for somebody eventually. You ain't gonna be able to control your emotions. She was like, man, I smash dudes. I don't even remember who they are. I don't know their names. I don't care about these guys. It don't mean nothing to me. There's no different. It was no different to her than using one of her toys. She was like, no, you're wrong. She's like, you want to believe that. Period. She's like, I could go out here and bag 100 dudes and you would never know the difference. She's like, but I'm not going to get caught. I'm not loose with it. I'm not going to have it on camera. I'm not going to do, whatever. I'm going to have it's going to be in the closet. I'm like, what? She's like, yes. She's like, yes. Like, do you think I've been with a lot of men up until this point? What did you think of me? I'm like, nah, I thought you were very conservative. I didn't think you'd do any of that. Right? She was like, see? She's like, you would never know. Now, we had this conversation because she knew me, because she ended the conversation with, I know you don't care. Like, I know you don't care. To you, it's about how you carry yourself. I'm like, yeah, you're right. I don't care. I'm never going to ask a stupid question like that. What's your body count? I ain't never going to ask that. That's dumb. To ask that question and think you're going to get an honest answer is stupid. So now, I don't, it is what it is. So long as you carry yourself a certain way, I don't find out. She was like, exactly. She said, exactly. If I find it, like, if she's like, as a male species, you go out here and smash all these women and not care. I can go out here and smash all these men and not care. So I'm like, huh. Now, she hasn't completely won me over. I still think it's really difficult for women to go out and just have, meaningless sex, sports sex with dudes without it hurting them. I think that, but I'm not a woman. A woman told me that that's not true. So I got to listen to it. I got to listen to it, but it is what it is, bro. This is, and these kind of questions never came up 10, 15, 20 years ago. This isn't how we dated, but now the technology has gotten to a point where we can reach out and touch people all over the world instantly. It's changed. The whole world done changed. Women have options. And if, I believe in hypergamy, I believe women want the best. Why wouldn't they entertain options from dudes on the other side of the planet, especially if those dudes have financial resources? Why wouldn't they take their shot? I ain't mad at them. But the ones who are doing OnlyFans, that I question, because now you got this stuff out there forever. You know what I mean? Now you got that. So it is what it is. Miss AKA lady, I heard the solution is just to go and get a vasectomy and swerve on those OF chicks. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna talk about that probably next week. Rolo Tomasi apparently said that, men should, if a man is on a certain type, what did he say? Let me get this right. He wrote down a list of things a young man should do that is going to fast track him to financial success into top tier or high value man status. And one of those things was to have a vasectomy. That's what he said. Now, there's been a lot of talk about this, you know what I mean, on YouTube, especially in the Mano Swamp. There was a debate between Rollo Tomasi and Destiny with Sneeko and Michael Sertan. It was actually a really good episode, and I'm definitely going to get into that. I was going to do a series of shorts on that, and I'm going to be doing that over like from between now and Tuesday, like especially over the weekend. I'm just going to be breaking down shorts and putting them up there. I get where Tomasi is coming from. I wish there were as many male birth control options as there are female birth control options. I do. I wish that was the case. It's not. Um, Vasectomies are pretty extreme, but I get where Rolo's coming from. You know, I'm gonna speak on that more when I do these shorts. Would I recommend every single dude at 18 get a vasectomy? I would say yes if it were easy, just a matter of getting it undone when you're ready, but it's not. And sometimes it's not reversible. I do know someone who had a vasectomy, got it reversed when, went through a divorce, uh, found a new woman, got it reversed, and was able to have a baby. I do know someone anecdotally that have done it, but I know when you talk to the doctors, they tell you like, man, it's not guaranteed that we can reverse this. So, but I get what Rollo was talking about. Like I said, am I 100% on board with what Rollo was talking about? Not 100%. I understand where he's coming from, though. I understand that, brother Dino. Um, the creator, this is Denzel's son's new sci-fi movie. Oh, really? Came out yesterday. AI drops a bomb on the planet. Big budget. Huh. All right. Appreciate that, bro. I'm gonna check that out. I'm sure that's the trailer. I'm gonna check that out, man. Good looking out. Man, I got all kind of demonetized on that show we did. I didn't try to monetize the show, but YouTube was like, this is demonetized if you even thinking about monetizing this, because we showed all those clips from all those movies. But that was a fun show, man. I look forward to doing it again. I need to find out if we're allowed to show trailers. If so, we could do a show, about upcoming movies. I think that'd be a good, fun show. Miss AKA lady, man, if you're successful getting with me, then we go together. Don't pick it up if you don't wanna. If you don't wanna, I keep it. But that's me. I know women who don't get attached. Those women do exist for real. Okay, yeah. I mean, they must. They must. My friend was arguing that it's more than I thought. And she was basically arguing that men had the belief that the good girls, they got low body counts and they can pair bond and da 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 da. And the girls who out there smashing, they can't pair bond. My friend's argument was that nah, the good girls out there smashing too. So I'm hearing both sides. I'm hearing both sides. I cannot convince her to jump on this show, but I will find a woman who will, and I want to have that conversation. But I get you, Miss AKA lady saying you come over here. You know what I'm saying? You come over here and get it, you got it. And it's right here with you. She ain't going nowhere. She gonna lock on, like, come here, don't you go nowhere. But she said her friends, she got some friends out there that's like, what's up? They gonna blow your back out. You know what I mean? If you give them the chance. Wonderful 34. Did you check out the movie Tenet? I did not. I was pulling it up. I was trying to pull it up on Amazon Prime, and they didn't have it. It wasn't available. So I'm gonna have to find another way to watch it. Because I tried to watch that a couple days ago. I was like, oh man, it's not on Amazon Prime. I was mad. I'll figure out a way to pull it up. I know about the premise of the movie, and I've seen some scenes from it, and I've seen the trailers. It looks mind bending. I ain't gonna lie to you. It looks mind bending the way that they're doing it. I'm looking forward to seeing it. But it is what it is, man. And look at Miss AKA lady, she said, yeah, locked down. We in it. So hey, I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you. But for those guys who are out there and you just want to be a player, being a player is part of that. It's part of your routine. That's what you want to do. This is the best time to do it. I think this is the best era. There are more women out there who are just willing to at least try being loose. They just out there getting it. You know what I mean? So if that's the world you want to be in as a guy, here it is. Here it is. Especially if you've done the work. You got you got a little bit of success too. You got some money. You got all the trappings and whatnot. Yeah, bro. You know, and people talk about Miami. Miami's a good town just to meet regular folks. I'm telling you, beautiful women down there who are not South Beach. They're not Brickell. They're not Wynwood. They're beautiful women down there in Doral, in Kendall, in Homestead, you know what I mean, in Miramar, and you know, in Pembroke Pines. They're, you know, and some great women who ain't about that life. They just want someone that they can care about and who cares about them. So, and they're easy to talk to. I tell people all the time, you go down to Miami area, bro, Miami-Dade, or Broward, yeah, you're gonna find yourself a decent woman. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's easy to find one, as opposed to going to LA. LA is a whole lot tougher. You're a whole lot tougher in LA. New York, you gotta know what you're doing. LA, you gotta know what you're doing. Vegas, San Francisco, San Diego. You got to know what you're doing in San Diego. Military town, right next to Mexico, all them colleges, and you got to know what you're doing. You know what I mean? Phoenix, Scottsdale, a little bit easier, but you still got to know what you're doing. If you're in flyover country, you're fine. Like flyover country ain't that hard. But, you know, when you get into the South, you got to know what you're doing. Got to know what you're doing. Like Birmingham, you know what I mean? Montgomery. When you get down there, you gotta know what you're doing. You know, you get into the Carolinas, man. Atlanta, oh man, you get into Georgia, well, you better know what you're doing in Atlanta. You better know what you're doing. There's a lot going on down there. So you need game, but some places are easier than others. For men. You know, some places are easier than others. So we're wrapping this up. I'm done. I'm pretty much done. I'm just wondering where we go from here. This whole OnlyFans thing, you know, so many women out here just being open with it, selling it. You know, like the article we read, the woman's stepdad was her biggest client on OF, and he's buying content. He's asking her to, you know what I'm saying? I want to see you smash. I'm gonna pay you all this money for it. And she's giving him the content. And she's talking about it on like it ain't nothing. I mean, that's gotta follow her. I mean, I don't know. Hey, y'all, I really don't know. I just don't get it. Miss A lady, what's the difference between Tampa and Miami women? Is there a difference? Yes. Women in Tampa are a little more loose with it. If you're just trying to smash, it's easier to smash in Tampa, in my experience, than it is in Miami. Real talk. Women up here getting it. 3-ways and all that up here in Tampa. And the age group, like the older women are just getting it in up here in Tampa. They bout it. It slowed way down during the pandemic, but it's starting to step up again. So yeah, they bout it up here. Down in Miami, you know, for me, it was easier to get one night stands in Tampa than it was to get a one night stand in Miami. Not that the women didn't want to come home with you on the first night, but they wanted to stay in touch with you in Miami. They wanted to go out some more. They wanted to get to know you. Here, Tampa, they come home, they smash, that's it. Never see them again. You can ask for their OnlyFans. You can ask for their Instagram, or you can ask for their phone number. Like, they'll tell you don't need it. So up here in Tampa, they getting it in. Just strictly give it to me. Down in Miami, nah, they trying to get to know you. They want to have a relationship. They go in with a relationship mindset. At least my experience, women I've been dealing with. Up here in Tampa, they ain't trying to have a relationship, bro. It's a good game. High five. See you later. Brother Dino, the Walt Disney Company has scrapped a plan to invest nearly $1 billion to build a new corporate campus in Florida. Yeah, it announced. Yeah, DeSantis. Yeah, man. I'm not gonna say what you said, but I saw that. Yeah, DeSantis doesn't know what he's doing. He really doesn't. Florida's gonna crumble while he's trying to run for the White House. It is what it is, bro. I'm gonna have to talk about, my man Jay Swans is back. He's like, man, you gotta talk about some politics. I'm like, all right, bro. All right. Tomorrow I'm gonna definitely talk about some politics. I might even talk about that. Yeah, like it is what it is. I'm trying to find some stuff on the Dems, but the Dems pretty much seem to be in lockstep, and they're keeping their problem children under wraps. Whereas on the Republican side, Trump is just making it easy for everyone to jump out. It's all eyes on Trump and all eyes on DeSantis right now. But yeah, DeSantis, man, he's on some crazy stuff, man. And Brother Dino DeSantis has taken away health care for women. Big dummy. Yeah, bro. He's making some huge missteps, bro. Trying to out Trump, I guess, doesn't make any sense. We'll talk about that tomorrow, bro. I'm definitely gonna talk. I'm gonna get with Jay Swans, man. I'm gonna come up with a good topic, and we're gonna talk some politics tomorrow. So be ready for a downrange episode tomorrow. We're gonna get into politics. Yeah, man. I'm done talking, man. I just wanted that OF thing. I just wanted to get that out there, man. I'm just wondering, where do we go from here as a society? Where do we go? I mean, does it continue to this transactional relationship thing? Does that continue for a while? I mean, we're looking at another generation or two. Hey, it's okay for me to have relations with people and film it for money, but it doesn't make me an adult film star. You can't judge me. I mean, is that where we are right now? You know, I'm doing OF and my stepdad or my dad's friends are hitting me up. How dare them hit me up? How dare them look at my OnlyFans? Like that shorty said on Adam's show. Like, baby, you are a sex worker. You are on OnlyFans, even though you're not nude. She said herself she's in lingerie, twerking, doing whatever. So you mad because these men who know your dad and knew you when you was a kid or paying you for the services that you provide? How you gonna be mad? How does that even make sense? How does that make sense? You know, I don't know. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I don't know. Oh man, Brother Dino, Space Force may not get built in the South. I don't know what they're gonna do with Space Force, bro. I guess that's real. I guess. I guess that's real. I don't know what they're gonna do with that. I'm gonna have to talk to someone who's in Space Force, bro. But that don't has anything to do with I don't think the government can mess that up. That's if the federal government, if the United States Defense Department, you know, the Pentagon, if they want to put a base in the South for whatever, it's going to be in the South, man. I don't think there's a governor that can mess that up. Because think in mind, any federal installation, they abide by federal law. It doesn't matter what's going on around them. Once you on that installation, federal law supersedes the state law. So if you go off post and you do something stupid, all right, yeah, you know, they can come and you know, they'll get the feds to go get you, and you got to answer for the crimes you did in the state. But on that installation, federal law trumps state law down here. So Miss AKA lady, well, as long as my daughter stay off of OF and the pole, I'm good. Yeah, that's the thing. I believe we're coming to a place in our society where it's okay to do OF. It's okay to be on the pole. It's okay to be on the track. It's looks like we're going to a place where it's okay to do sex work, kind of like the Romans back in the day. So it is what it is. Brother Daniel's like, can I guarantee service women health care in the South? Again, you could on that installation. That again, federal law would supersede the state law. Now that woman couldn't leave the installation and go do once she leaves the base. Now she falls under state laws, but she's a federal employee. Worst case scenario, she's have to go to a different state or get whatever health care she needs on the base. Like when you're talking about a base for Space Force, is like a base for any other branch of the military. That's their own self-enclosed world. That's just how it works. That's the world. They fall under federal guidelines, federal laws, and they fall under the Uniform Code of Military Justice. The state has no claim on them. It's like they have no jurisdiction beyond the gate. So once you leave, you got a problem. But so long as you're on that installation, you good. If you do something wrong, the states tell the feds, and the feds go get you and bring you out. But the feds can't, the state people can't chase you in there. So as far as healthcare and all that, those female soldiers fall under federal laws. So again, the federal laws supersede the state laws when they're on the installation. And they'll tell you, you're in Florida, so you can't go. You're in a state where it doesn't allow this, so you can't go do these procedures outside the gates here. And they'll give you a list of places where you can get that done. That's how that works, bro. And they'll just bring the whatever healthcare provider they need will be right there on the post. So everything will happen right there. Brother XFO, what's good? Good to see you. So I mean, that's how it works. I don't know how it works over in UK, but I imagine it's similar. But over here, yeah, the feds supersede the state, especially when you got an installation like that. A federal installation is governed by federal laws, and if it's a military installation, it's governed by Uniform Code of Military Justice (UCMJ). So that's it, y'all. And yeah, Miss AKA lady, I'm wondering. I think we're going to a place where there's no more shame. So you can do OF. You can dance. You can be on a pole. You can be a call girl. You can be walking the track. Like it is what it is. My daughter can't do that. You know what I mean? I'm with you, sis. Not my daughter, but these other people out here, if y'all cool with y'all kids doing that, and that's y'all business. But I make sure, like I told my daughter, first time she went to a dance, you ain't allowed to twerk. I had to ask her, you know what twerking is? She's like, yep, you ain't allowed to twerk. She's like, okay, Papa. Now, does that mean she did what I asked her to do? I hope so. When I picked her up, she said she didn't do any dancing. They had chaperones there. I hope so. I hope she listened to me. Now, when she's grown, she's gonna do what she wants to do. But we've had these conversations. I'm telling her what I'm telling her. I'm showing her what I'm showing her. So, at that point, it's up to her. I'm doing my part as a dad. Like, yo, this is what you don't want to do. Whenever we out driving around and we see women wearing next to nothing, walking around with their butt cheeks hanging out, I'll point to that person. I was like, hey, you see that person over there? You think that outfit's appropriate? And my daughter will look and she's like, no. Sometimes she look and she's like, I mean, I think it's okay. Yeah, it's okay for around the house, but you can't wear that outside. It's too much attention. You know what I mean? You don't want that kind of attention. It's bad attention. Like, do you understand what I'm talking about? So we'll have a back and forth and she'll say, okay. I tell her what I give her my side of it. And then she takes it in and she's like, okay, like you don't want that sort of attention. And my daughter's not a girly girl right now. I mean, she's beautiful, but she's not a girly girl. So I'm lucky for now. That could change tomorrow. And Dino said, yeah, deletion is healthcare. Yeah. But Roe v. Wade, that's kind of in the air right now. And it depends on what state you're in. And again, on the federal installation, it falls under federal guidelines. So it's legal on the military installation. It's not legal in certain states. So I know it's one of those kind of things. Deletion is deletion. It is what it is. I believe in a woman's right to choose, but I also believe, her body, her choice. It should be his wallet, his choice. That's going to be a tricky one. If it comes down to women need support of men to get some passage of, deletion laws reinstated, the men's, that would be an opportunity for men to get some things expanded. Like, all right, we'll back y'all on that, but your body, your choice, our wallet, our choice. We'll see how that plays out. Until then, it's going to be what it's going to be. It's just a matter of time before enough Democrats get back in there and they get their Supreme Court changed and they can, go back on another reversal on Roe v. Wade. It's just a matter of time. Miss AKA lady, we still have shame in my house. Yeah, you need shame. Shame's a good thing. Shame's a good thing. I ain't mad. Shame. We got shame in my house too. My daughter messed up not too long ago. Yeah, shame. She still got to deal with that shame, but she's working out of it. She's a good girl. Yeah, that's my baby. She's doing good. So, all right, y'all. That's it. I gotta go. I hope you guys enjoyed this OnlyFans talk. I gotta go. Tomorrow we're gonna be talking some politics. Saturday we're gonna do the weekly roundup at 2 p.m. The weekly news roundup at 2 p.m. We're gonna look at what stories are in the news. And then Sunday we're gonna be back on Tech Sunday. We're gonna be talking about military tech, what AI has done to change the battlefield. And I just got informed today. Speaking of battlefields, someone very close to me has to go to a meeting in Kiev, or however you pronouncing it, Ukraine. Spent 40 minutes on the phone expressing my displeasure with this. You're going where? Oh, man. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Yes, they are going to a war zone to have a meeting. They have the whole world to pick from. All of you are to pick from. Y'all want to go there? It doesn't make any sense at all. So anyway, I lost the argument trying to get them not to go. They're going. It's crazy. Brother Dino, don't forget your short message. All right. I won't forget your short messages. What are we talking about before I go? Don't forget your short messages. Oh, yeah. My DL shorts. Yeah. You're going to see those. I just popped them in there whenever. But you know, we go Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then we do Saturday, Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But the shorts go up whenever I get them done. So whenever I can edit them and put them up, they go up. So absolutely, you're gonna be seeing more and more shorts, especially over the summertime. And then hopefully we'll be seeing some remote broadcasts. You know, maybe from Miami, maybe from Atlanta, from Dallas, from New York. You know, I'm gonna be traveling, and I'm gonna have a travel kit with me, so you'll be seeing some some broadcasts from wherever city I happen to be in. So yeah, it is what it is, bro. Thank you, Miss AK. Hey, lady, it was good to catch up with y'all. Have a great evening. You have a great evening as well. It's always a pleasure to see you. Man, is your man a tank expert? No. my guy's a 1% is going over there to talk with some powerful political people. It's like a political thing. But still, I told him, like, man, be careful. I ain't worried about the tanks as much as I'm worried about the drones. Those Syrian drones is what I'm worried about. But anyway, I gotta go. That's it. I'm DL Saint. This is the DL Saint. I really want to know podcast, man. Always a pleasure talking to y'all. Can't wait to see y'all tomorrow, 6 p.m. right here. We're gonna talk about something political. All right. I'm gonna holler at you. Good night.
Darn, that's the end.
See y'all tomorrow.